Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dark Kraken here. Today I'm back with another unboxing for Star Wars Armada. Um, you guys will also see me in the same shirt, and because I'll be going over the instructions later today, and uploading that for you guys too. But I'm going to be going over another Star Wars Armada unboxing. This is the Phonex class. I believe I'm saying that right. If you guys play Armada, if some of you do, please tell me if I'm saying that correctly. This is we've seen this ship before and we haven't seen this ship before. This one is only in this exact one is only in that new Star Wars cartoon that came out. That's the series one. This is the only ship. This is the ship that comes out in that. But we have seen this type of class of ship before in Star Wars Clone Wars. This was a this was the one that if you saw it, was in Hunt for Malevolence. It was docking to the ship to get all the wounded clone troopers out. These ones were meant for medical frigates, but when the Empire took over and the Clone Wars ended, this was one of the ships, like the CR-90, were the only ships to escape the Empire's reign, and they were able to flee. So this is why we have this ship, even though it was part of the Republic, not Rebels. This was the only ship. That was the new Clone Wars one is the only time we ever see this ship. So that's why people really don't recognize it. They only recognize it as the Clone Wars ship. Let's unbox this and get this open so you guys can take a look at it. So like I said, I always start with the ship first, and I don't open the other stuff yet. So this is almost like the same thing. 3 pieces, 1, 2, and 3. Put those aside. And what's bad about this one is it doesn't have like lips. Like these guys had to pull it out, so you kind of have to push it up a little bit from like the front or like the bottom of it. You can push it that way, and you grab the head, like the little fin right there, the little command center area. So that's that. Here's the ship, the actual ship. You guys may recognize it from the Clone Wars, where it was docking to the space station. And then there's the back. What I like about this one is it's not that these wings aren't always out. You don't have to have them always out, because in the movie we actually see these 2 wings close, and it's only this one thruster that's sticking out. All the other ones are enclosed within this lip in here. I wish they did come out with it to where they could move, but sadly they didn't. They made it all one piece. Very nice ship. This is kind of more detailed than the other one. So here's the top view. Sorry guys, I didn't get to show you that top view. You've got some lasers right here, some quad lasers. You've got 2 stationary turrets here. So that's the top. You can see the bridge right there, the forward command bridge. Here's the bottom. Very nice, really detailed. This, I believe, is counted as a small ship, not a medium ship, even though if we take the size comparison to the Corvette, this ship is bigger than that. And then if we compare it to the Victory, the Victory is bigger, but it's kind of a little more than halfway, like half the size. It's a little more than half the size of your Victory. So yeah, that's the Phonex ship. Like I said, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I always want to say Phoenix, but it's not the Phoenix, it's a Phonex, I believe it's called. But if you guys do know, please tell me in the comments. Alright, so what you get in the box is you get some objective tokens, which we can set over here for right now. You get the little handbook, tells you what's in it and all of that. Yeah, it just opens up like that. It's double-sided. You get a concentrated fire, engineering, maneuvering, squadron token. Put that over there. You also get 3 of the defense tokens, you get a brace, a evade, and a redirect. So that's really good for this class of ship. So now let's take the stand out and get that out for you guys. Now, what's funny about this one is they didn't do they didn't do a peg, which is really interesting for a small ship, because usually as the Corvettes here, there's that peg. This actually has a small fin, which is really neat with this one. So they don't classify it as a small, they don't classify it as a medium or a large ship, because usually you see these with the medium and large ship. But it's really cool how they implemented that. It's a that you can use it for a small ship too. So we lock that in there. Yeah, and that's how it would sit. And it is a small base for engineering. It's got a very large front arc here, which I don't remember if I mentioned to you guys. Your firing arcs are here, and this one has a very large one, almost like the Imperial class. So very nice ship, and we'll set that right here because this is the one we're previewing. Set it right there. All right, if we open this bag, and this has our cards, speed dials, and dials, command dials. So we open this up. I'm going to set this in the box. So what comes with it is you get one speed dial, which comes with every ship. It's normal for every ship to have one speed dial. And then you get 2 command tokens. So this is a level, what I call them by levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. This one's a level 2 because it has 2 command dials. So very good. It only takes two rounds to run the ship. So yeah. You also get a modified Pleta class assault ship right there. Make sure you guys can see that. And you also get modified Pleta class command ship. So you get one of each. I usually play with the assault ship, but I have played once with the command ship. I really don't have a preference. It's just how you want to play, how you set up your fleets. So that's that. Last thing we have here is your upgradation cards. So when you get these, like I said in the other videos, each ship comes with an admiral, which is really nice. Each expansion pack comes with an admiral, so that you can change your admirals and stuff. So for our first admiral, we get Commander Sota. Sorry, I have to read these because this is a newer ship I got, and these are newer cards. So Commander Sota, we see him in Rebels. Yeah, that's the name of the Clone Wars, Rebels. Why couldn't I think of that? Rebels has Commander Sota. This is the ship from Rebels. Excuse me, I kept saying Star Wars. So you get Commander Sota. This is a very new card, Ahsoka Tano. This is her in the Rebel Star Wars, with her 2 white lightsabers, which she changed from green to white. You can use her as a captain, which is really nice for a commander. Major Durlin is another one that you could put on this ship. It just depends how you want to play it. Fighter Coordinates Team is what you get. Rapid Launched Bay, which is another one which I believe we did get with the starter package. You got Rapid Launch Bay. I also know you got Expanded Launch Bay. So Fletch Torpedoes is another good one you get. You get All Fighters Follow Me. Entrapment Formation. It's really good when you're playing Hyperspace Assault, which is one of the objectives you can do. It's when you can hold ships and then bring them out of what we call light speed, which is bringing them on the board anywhere on the board. So yeah, that one's a really good one to do with this because it's small and medium ships you can hold back. You can't hold back your large ships. So if you pull out this one, you can do this card. And you also get Shields to Maximum. And due to that, this is a brand new ship that came out. It's literally brand new. There's no other name cards, but there's the Phonex, which is the home expansion, Phoenix home expansion, Phonex home expansion. Excuse me. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. It's okay. I don't know every name of these ships, but you only get one name card that you can use. You can get two of these ships. It's just that you're not going to have name. It's going to be the same name. It's not going to be two different names. So that's all of those, of these ones. So I'm actually deciding. I think I'm going to do it right now. But due to that, this has been a shorter video for the Phonex. I'm actually going to open another one for you, and I'm going to grab it right now. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so like I just said, this has been a shorter video due to that this is a smaller ship. So I'm actually going to unbox another one for you. So it's the Phonex that I've just unboxed. So I'll just put him, let's put him right there. There's our new Rebel ship. Now, as you can see, it's 3-2. So I'm going to be opening another Empire ship for you, Imperial ship. And what we got, it's another small one, is the Gladiator. This one we've never seen in a movie. I believe we've seen the Imperial Star Destroyer in all the movies. This is the iconic ship. This one I believe we do see once or twice in Rogue One. This one we have never seen in a movie. This has just been like in Legends, Star Wars Legends, in theories, and all of that. And then Star Wars finally released that the Gladiator was a real ship that they had in mind, that they put in books. Certain books from Star Wars, because I own some books, do mention the Gladiator class. And there's the cards in here do match what my books say. Like there was the Insidious, which is one of the cards you get for this, which I'll show you for that. So let's unbox this one. This is a really cool ship for the Empire, because it wouldn't even look like an Imperial ship, because usually you think of the Death Triangle. This does not follow the Death Triangle. So let me open it up here actually. So we're gonna open this up. This also comes in 3. They mostly always do come in 3 different packages of plastic. I'm gonna pull the Gladiator out, put this in here like so, and then set that over there. Alright, so taking a first look at the Gladiator, from the side it looks like, oh yeah, it could look like the triangle, but then you look in the front and it's got this huge hangar bay in the front. This is supposed to be a like, it's a destroyer class. It's just this one's also a carrier for TIE fighters, and the engines are way different. So you've got 2 main ion thrusters, but then you have 6 hyperdrive thrusters right there. Very weird. And the head design, from the back and the front it looks the same, but then you've got, it's like longigated there, and then you've got these weird cylinders on the top, and the bridge is right here. It's smaller, it's a smaller type of ship, and then you've got your guns here, your big turbo lasers, and it slopes down, which is really weird for a Imperial ship, because usually you have the different sections in it, but this one is sloping down. Yeah, and you also got 2 hangar bays on each side, one right there, and then you've got one right here. But the one thing that's weird too, there's no underbelly hangar bay, and the reason for this is that if it's sitting, so if my fist's the planet and it's sitting over on top of the planet, kind of thing, like blockading a city, you don't want the rebels going in and then shooting things or having ships come from the ground into the hangar bay. That's why the hangar bay's in the front, so that they can launch and come down, not come straight down and have problems. So that's the Gladiator class of ship. Let me open up, you know what, I'm actually going to put this here so you guys can see size comparison. They're pretty close to size. They are pretty close to size. Victory for this one is a little bigger, is bigger than Gladiator. but due to it's a small ship, it's one of the Empire's smaller ships besides the Raider class and a few others. Oops. Okay. So, as we look at this ship here, I had to get some of these pieces. Oh, because they're all falling in the box again. Haha, that's fun. So you get normal 3 objective tokens. I'm gonna set these right here. 3 objectives tokens. You get 3 command dials, or not dials, defense tokens, 3 defense tokens, and then you also get, like normal, engineering, maneuvering, squadrons, and concentrated fire. That's what you get with tokens and stuff. You get 1 speed dial. Let me open up this bag. You get so you get 1 speed dial right there, and you get 2 command dials, just like the Phonex. You get those. Okay, so if we go through here more, let me pull these out. You get the book, the little magazine with the gladiator on the stand. I'll actually put the ship on the stand right now. So, and the stand is the small stand, and what's really cool too is it's almost like the Phonex class. It's got a mini fin, which is really nice. It's not a peg, because pegs are prone to break. Yeah. Right there. Some pegs are harder to put on, or some fins are harder to put on than others. So there's your gladiator and your new one. Alright. So if we look at the 2 cards, you get a Gladiator 1 class destroyer, Star Destroyer, and you get a Gladiator 2 class destroyer. As you can see, the little light is the hangar bays, right there, the hangar bays. So those are your 2 options of ship class. If we look for the Admiral, we get Admiral Screed. Now we see him officially in, I can't think of the game, it's like Star Wars Jedi or something like that. It's a new game that came out for people to actually like hold a lightsaber. It's the Oculus Rift one. We actually see Admiral Screed in that. He's there and he's the one doing the more interrogation. He's part cyborg, he's a cyborg. But that's the officially the first time we see him ever in a game or movie, in a sense, because technically the Oculus Rift is kind of like a live action movie. We do read about him a lot in the books, but it's not directly with him. It's more like, I know in Admiral Thrawn book, Thrawn does mention Screed and like is talking about Screed's successes and how Admiral Thrawn wants to trump Admiral Screed's record and try to wipe it. There's a lot of books that mention Admiral Screed, but this is the first time we're seeing like an official picture of him on an official Star Wars game and in Star Wars Jedi. Also, you get Admiral Chenu, really good captain which we can use. And you also get Weapons Analyst. You get Sensor Team, which we've seen before. Nave Team we've also seen before. We have him with our Star Destroyer, our Imperial class. Engineering Techs, they're really good for repairs. You get Expanded Launchers, and you get Assault Concussion Missiles. We already have the Assault Concussion Missile with our Victory 1. The one we don't have is the Expanded Launchers, which is a really big upgradation for Gladiators. I have put that one on my Victory. I don't like it with the Victory as much because it actually makes the Victory worse, but it just depends how you play. I've always put the expanded launcher with my gladiator. It's always worked out for me. So here's the two ships that you do actually read about in the book, which I'm happy for, which they put the names in. You get Demolisher, and what I like is this picture back here is, if you guys have played Star Wars Battlefront 2, in the story mode it talks about Operation Cinder. That's what's been going on behind it. They do talk about, because I do have Star Wars Legends book, or it's not Star Wars Legends, but it like talks about it, and Operation Cinder was in there, and it did talk about more about the Devastator actually being the first ship to lay siege onto the first planet. I can't think of the name. It was an Imperial planet, which you do play and try to save people in that, where the Corvus lands. The Demolisher was the first one there. She was the first one initiating the attacks and pulling people up. She was a main ship in the Empire during that time. You also get Insidious. Now, reading the books about Insidious is actually very scary. According to some Star Wars areas, I don't know if you look them up, they were there, I don't know. But there's a book I have that does have it, it's an older book, that Insidious was made by Lord Sidious. That's why it's called the Insidious. It was one of his personal smaller flagships. He'd use it to go on aka diplomatic missions, going to talk to other people when he's trying to conquer their planet, instead of taking the Imperial class, or what I'll show you soon is the Executor class, the Super Star Destroyer. He would take his smaller ship, but it was his own personal ship, so it had things that were in the Republics, in his old Senate house. It was literally that, just could fly. I know there were some theories going around too that I've read that, and I don't know if Star Wars ever approved it, but they were saying that Emperor Palpatine's observatory area was actually Insidious actually buried in the ground, and when the Empire finally took over, that the Insidious rose out of the ground and actually started moving around, and then became his personal flagship. But they didn't completely confirm that. I wish they did, because that actually does seem like a plausible thing, because if you look at Gladiator interior designs and all that, it almost looks exactly like his area of conference and all that. So that's the Gladiator class. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a little bit of information there for the Gladiator. I'll also be coming out with the book soon, so guys, if you guys could hold on to those, I'll be doing that. Hopefully you already bought the starter pack so that you guys can, as I'm going through the instructions, read along, or actually start setting up your board and starting to like slowly play as I'm speaking and learning the pieces, which is what I believe is the best way of learning, is hands-on, so that as I'm talking about each piece, you're looking at it and moving it in your hand so you remember what it looks like and feels like. So yeah, today was a weirder video. I was able to get 2 of them done due to that they were very small ships. They were smaller ships. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!